everybody, I'm Alejandra, librarian with the Osceola County Library System, and welcome to this week's Crafty program, where I'll be teaching you how to make your very own dragon eyes. You could use these dragon eyes as pendants on jewelry to complement a Halloween costume or even a spooky decor. You can also check out the video that I made last month where I showed you how to make these dragon eggs, which will complement your dragon eyes. So what you're going to need for this, you're going to need some glass domes. I believe these are called cabochons, but you can just look up round glass dome. These also come in squares and other shapes. So you'll need a few of those. You'll need a lot of colors of nail polish. Specifically, you'll definitely need black. But whatever color eye you want to make, I would just get a bunch of different colors and some glitters. And then you'll need some toothpicks for some details. And then if you have on hand a few tiny paintbrushes, like these really small paintbrushes, that would be really helpful for doing closer details. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way. So I have my glass dome here. The first thing we want to do is grab our black nail polish, give it a good shake, and we're gonna do the pupil first. Let me get my toothpick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dot on like a blob of this black nail polish right onto my glass dome. Blob it right in the middle there. And then with your toothpick, go ahead and make that a more pointed oval shape. This will make our pupil look a little bit more sinister, a little more dragony. Okay. And it's okay if it's not perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's about the shape we're going for. And then I'm going to, again, take my toothpick and I'm going to just drag little lines on the side of my pupil. Again, this will give it kind of more of that sinister look. Turn it around. If you kind of look at a picture of a dragon eye, the pupil looks a little bit like not perfect. Okay, so just keep dragging like little lines in it until you get that look that you want. Okay, so right about there. I know it's a little bit hard to see with the glass, but right about there. And then I'm going to take another blob of my black nail polish and put it on a piece of paper. If you do have that black nail polish that's like a really skinny brush, the black nail polish that's more for like if you're making designs, like nail art designs, that would be perfect for this actually, but I don't have that one. But if you did, that would be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take some of my black nail polish on like a skinny brush. And again, I'm just going to draw like some lines all around the outside of the eye. And this will give it a little bit of dimension later when we go to add the colors. Just remember whatever you want to be like most apparent, whatever you want to show up most, is like the first layers that you'll paint on. So then the last layer is kind of like the background layer, if you know what I mean. So we obviously want the pupil to be very apparent. Okay. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. This can be a little bit messy. Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's what it looks like on this side. Okay, so you're going to want to let this dry before you go on to your next layer. So I already have one here that is pretty much dry to the touch. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add like some accent colors. So I'm going to go with some gold. And I'm going to go ahead and paint that all along kind of like the outside. I want to leave some space for the color of the eye. And then again, I'm going to take my toothpick and just draw lines through it. Because again, I want this to be more of an accent. I don't really want this to stand out too much. Okay. Yep. And then you can like look back and forth, like turn it around and make sure it looks okay. Because obviously on your end, it looks a little different than it does on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. Again, take my toothpick. There you go. And do some lines. I kind of just want a little bit of the gold to peek through once I've added my other colors. Okay. Yep, so that's what it's looking like on that side. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and add in like this sort of iridescent kind of greenish gold color. So this isn't very opaque. This is a pretty like light color. So when I paint it on, it won't be super noticeable, but it'll add a little bit of dimension. So I'm gonna paint that all around the edge again. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and taking my toothpick again and just add some lines on that one. The lines also kind of make it look a little bit more realistic. Because you know, like your eye color isn't just one solid blob of color, it's kind of more like gradients of color. Okay, that's what we're looking on that side. And then lastly, I'm gonna add like my main eye color. So I want this one to be mostly green. And again, I'm gonna layer that on pretty thick. And if you want, you can let your layers dry in between so they don't blend in so much, but I don't really mind if they blend in a little bit. And obviously you can make this whatever color you want. You can do a red eye. Red eye would be super, super cool. Kind of give you an Eye of Sauron sort of vibe. Yep, and then there's my finished product. I won't hold it up too much because it's wet, but I'll show you the other ones that I made close up now. So that's my other green one. You can see the gold kind of on the outside there. And then here's my attempt at an Eye of Sauron sort of thing. Alrighty, and we're all done here. So like I said, these would be great to make like some cute pendants or some accent jewelry for a costume. Really fun to make. So thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Just so you know, our next live program is going to be tomorrow, where I'll be showing you how to do this month's Take and Make, which is a felt leaf wreath. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you check out osceolalibrary.org for more information about our live programs and our other services. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.